They have it in Gujarati, 2 Gujaratis. They have 11 different Arabic Bibles. You know, I'll show you the sample. It's something unimaginable that they have 11 different Bibles for the Arabs alone. What do you do with 11 different Bibles? He says there are different dialects, they have different scripts. So I didn't know that. To me, the Arabic of the Quran is the only Arabic that I was thinking that exists. And I thought every Arab is speaking the Arabic of the Quran. He says, no. There is a Tunisian script, there is a Moroccan script, there is a Syrian script, there is a Palestinian dialect, there is a South Sudanese dialect, and on, 11 different Arabic Bibles. They have the Bible in 107 African languages, complete Bibles, and another 117 African languages, the New Testament alone. I'm asking our brethren, when I go among the Arabs, I say, what have we done for them? Nothing. Nothing.
I think what follows from this is that whereas the Christians,
yes,
in all their wisdom, have been able to open the lines of communication by having so many translations of Bible,
right,
we as Muslims also, in order to have the reverse flow of communication, also go through the same route of having as many translations in as many languages so that we can communicate better with the world.
That is true. Especially when you speak to a people. They have a certain background and experience. To me, in my experience, I find them, the Christian missionaries, they are all one-book professors. They only know one book, the Bible. So he said, my Bible says this, my Bible says that. My Bible says this, my Bible says that. It's all right. This is his burhan. So I said, deal with what he says. And when we start analyzing his claim, amazing. It's not what he's telling you. Now, what he's telling you that Jesus is God, for example. Allah tells us in the Holy Quran that he never said such thing. In Surah Ma'idah, that Allah will question him on the day of judgment. Ya Isa said, oh Jesus, did you tell your followers to worship you and your mother besides Allah? So he said, Ya Bari Ta'ala, I never did any such thing. If I had done it, you would have known it. But after you took me up, you know what they did. So, in tu'azzibhum fa'innhum ibaduka. So if you punish them, they are your servants, they are your property, you can do what you like with them. Wa in taghfir lahum fa'innaka antal azizul hakim. But if you forgive them, you are exalted in might, right? And you are wise. You know what is good for them. It's your prerogative. So Allah tells us in the Quran, Jesus Christ never made any such claims. But the Christian says, yes, this is in my book. So Allah says, Kul hatu burhanakum. So what I have been doing in very simple language, in my lectures, the Christian comes along, he is not happy with us that we believe in Jesus. He is not happy. We say, look, we believe in Jesus Christ as one of the mightiest messengers of God. We believe that he was born miraculously. We believe that he was the Messiah, the Messiah, translated Christ. We believe that he gave life to the dead by God's permission, and he healed those born blind and the lepers by God's permission. That doesn't satisfy them. They wonder, but you see, you don't accept him as your Lord and Savior. Allah tells us, Kul hatu burhanakum. So I said, look, you show me in your book, the Bible, any version. They have a dozen different versions, 100 different versions. Any version where Isa alayhi salam, Jesus Christ, he says, I am God. I said, I am prepared to accept him as God. Because I know Allah assured me that there is no such thing. So if he says, I am God, I said, I am prepared to accept him as God. If he says, worship me, I am prepared to worship him. I said, I do not talk for my people, the Muslims. They make up their own minds. I am prepared to put my neck on the guillotine. Chop it off as you like. Show me where he says, I am God. Show me where he says, worship me. And believe me, in 40 years I've been talking like this. Nobody ever comes along with it. There isn't. On the contrary, Jesus says, he said, my Father is greater than I, meaning God Almighty. My Father is greater than all. He said, I can of my own self do nothing. As I hear, I judge. And my judgment is righteous because I seek not my own will, but the will of him that sent me. He says, the words ye hear are not mine, but the Father that sent me. He had given me a commandment what I should say and what I should speak. Even as the Father has said unto me, so I speak. So I by the finger of God cast out devils. I by the Spirit of God do these things. He said, of that day, the Yawm al-Qiyamah, Akhirah. He said, of that day knoweth no man, no, not the angels, not the Son, but the Father in heaven. He said, all power is given unto me. It's not mine, it's given to me. Nowhere does he claim divinity. On the contrary, he is showing you that he is another prophet of God. He is the mouthpiece of God. He is speaking the words of God, but he is not God. Everything he does, he says, by the finger of God. Allah ke hukam se main karta hu. But the Christian reads into scripture things that are not there. So he said, you see, I'm asking, where does he say, I'm God? Where does he say, worship me? And believe me, Westerners, the Americans, DDs, doctors of divinities, the Britishers, bishops, I'm asking, where does he say, I am God? Where does he say, worship me? So the guy comes along at question time. He said, I am my father or what? I said, I'm asking you a simple question. Where does he say, I am God? Another guy comes along. He said, he that has seen me has seen the Father. I said, look, I will explain all that. But I'm asking you, making a simple request. Where does he say, I am God? Where does he say, worship me? And you say, he is God. I said, yes. So he ought to have known what will go into the minds of the Muslims. 1,000 million Muslims, they believe that Jesus Christ would never lie. He's a true messenger of God. And Muslims will ask, where does he say, I am God? So he should have thought of that. If he's the omniscient being, God, then he said, look, he should have made a claim somewhere along the line. I am God, worship me. Should have been good enough for the Muslims. Because we believe that man can't lie. He's a messenger of God, but he never made any such claim. So they come along and say, before Abraham was, I am. So it's he that is, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No? Please. Do you understand English? Of course, this is his mother tongue. People like Jimmy Swaggart, Professor Clark, I'm talking to them. Great men, giants of Christianity. And simple question, you see, this is what happens. Allah describes it in the Holy Quran. He said, "Bal naqzifu bil haqq al batil." When truth is heard against falsehood, it knocks out its brains. You see, it's so simple, so straightforward request you are making. The guy he just doesn't know what is hitting him, so he goes berserk. Then he wants to attack the Holy Prophet. I said, look, please, man, I'm only asking you a simple request I'm making. Show it to me, and you got a convert. Not only a convert, I said, look, I'll try and convince my other brethren as well.
Well, I think from here, let's come back to things at home in Pakistan.
Yes.
You had the occasion of coming to Pakistan sometimes in the 50s.
Right.
And I'm sure you see between what you saw of Pakistan in the 50s and what you are seeing now in the 80s.
Yes.
There must be a world of change. What are the most significant elements of this change that you as an outside observer have seen in your recent stay in Pakistan?
You see, materially, it looks Pakistan has progressed tremendously, industrially. I happened to be in 49, 50, 51. I was negotiating for a site in the Sindh industrial estate. And I got a piece of land for my institution, you see. And we were starting to put up a spinning mill. And today, the industry is all over, riches, alhamdulillah. We have done very well. But you see, I came in the 50s for a special purpose. I migrated from South Africa. I had a settled life, a good job, good home. And I was moved by the spirit of Islamic State. That, look, I want to go to Pakistan with my wife and children. I had 2 children then. They were small. One was 5 and one was 6. And my wife, we were young people. We just migrated with everything we had. We came to Pakistan. I settled down here in Karachi. I wanted to be a good Muslim. That's what brought me here. I wasn't forced by any circumstances. Because when this Pakistan idea came into being around the 40s, I was very young. But I was for it. We wanted to establish an Islamic State where Muslims can lead Islamic life. And when we can permeate Islam. So with that enthusiasm, I came here, and I lived here for 3 years. I had a good job. If I kept in that field, and if I can go back, I might have been a small industrialist, doing very well. But somehow I got disappointed. And 7 days before Liaquat Ali Khan was assassinated, I left Pakistan. I was about reaching Mombasa when we got the news on the radio that that period. Now, it was around that time. Yes. I was on my way out. But to me, that must also have been a blessing. Because if I didn't go away, I wouldn't have come back with this map. Circumstances created all these things, ramifications that I'm talking about, instead of, having a luxurious life in some mansion. So I went disappointed, and now when I come back, this is about the third trip since 1985, 86, and 87, my third trip now. And I'm more dissatisfied. You see, when I left Nairobi on the 2nd of October, on Friday the 2nd, in the Pakistan Airlines coming to Karachi, the newspapers were given, Pakistani newspapers, and I found something there that really hurt me. The first language, you see, there was an article on the first language at school. What shall it be? Should it be Urdu, comma, or Sindhi, comma, Pushto, and then ... question mark. What other language? We are debating after 40 years, what should be the language at school? After 40 years, we haven't settled that yet. So naturally, it hurt me. And then I went to the north, Peshawar, I've been to Sialkot, I've been to Islamabad, Quetta, Lahore, and I found the Christian activities. They are out. They want to convert, change the people. They are boasting. I've been reading about their boast, that they have perverted more Pakistanis into Christianity since independence than in the previous 150 years of British rule. And I was told that there are so many cities in Pakistan with an average population of more than 100,000 Christians each. I was told Karachi was one of them. I didn't count them. Karachi, Lahore, Sialkot. When I said Sialkot, somebody said, no, not 100,000, more than 200,000. I don't know. And I went and I found it so. They are busy. In Peshawar, there are 72 Christian and Zionist units looking after the Muhajirs, treating them, serving them. 72. As against them, there are only 9 Muslim communities, units. 9 against 72. And these are supposed to be our brethren. There are more than 50 Muslim countries in the world. They couldn't send a unit each. These are all government-supported, those missions. The Muslim ones are all coming by individuals, businessmen from here, they are financing it. So it hurt me that they are in the guise of service. I don't doubt the sincerity, that look, this is a way, win the hearts of people, show compassion for them. They are doing that. But I said, where are the Muslims? Then to me now, the man is coming from 6,000 miles away from UK. He's coming from America to propagate. Like in Karachi in 1950, living in Pakistan Chowk, Kacheri Road, 2nd floor. I get a knock at the door. Early in the morning, I open the door, and a Caucasian, white man. He says, good morning. I said, good morning. I said, what can I do for you? So the man said, look, I've got some literature for you. So come inside. He comes in, sit down. He says, where you come from? I said, come from England. A few days later, another knock at the door. Open the door, another white man. I said, good morning. I said, good morning. I said, what can I do for you? This is it, right in the center of Karachi. I think it was then. Pakistan Chowk. I said, what can I do for you? I said, he's got some literature for me. I said, come inside, sit down. Where do you come from? It's America. This guy is coming from 6,000 miles. That guy is coming from 10,000 miles to preach to me in my country. I want to know, what am I doing? Nothing. Kha pi kar maza karte hain. I said, look, this is an obligation. The awwal fard of the Musliman is to deliver the message. Long before Salat, Zakat and Hajj became fard, Allah Ta'ala tells His Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Nabi Kareem, and through him is telling us, long before Salat, Zakat and Hajj became fard, he says, فَذَكِّرْ إِنَّمَا أَنْتَ مُسَكِّرْ. So you deliver the message, because it is your duty to deliver the message. لَسْتَ عَلَيْهِمْ بِمُسَيْطِرٍ. He said, you will not be questioned regarding them. إِلَّا مَنْ تَوَلَّ وَكَفَرَ. So why they accepted or why they didn't accept, Allah won't ask you. He'll ask you, did you deliver the message? But there's something wrong with our people. You see, my community especially, see, I'm a Gujarati Muslim. My forefathers were Hindus, 200 to 400 years ago. For 5,000 years, I've been having Hindu blood flowing in my veins, my people. I don't know about the Pakistanis. How many of them are pure Arabs? I don't know. How many of them are Persians, I don't know. But to me, this subcontinent for 5,000 years, Hinduism prevailed, or whatever it stood for. You go to Mohenjo-daro in Sindh, you go to Taxila outside Rawalpindi, the civilization that existed here, what was it? It wasn't Islam. It was a Hinduistic thing, the whole thing. Right? You see in the museum in Taxila, what you see there? This is all the relics of the past. My ancestors were all there. Mushriks. As a whole, they were all mushriks. No, but that caste system, grading people, humanity into different stages, that idea, that Hinduism is still flowing in our veins. And it seems to be taking a long time getting out of our system.
In other words, in your view, at the grassroots level, still there is a lot to be done in the matter of making people to fully understand the message of Islam and practice it. And this is how we will be able to really bring Islam down to the common man in the country. How do you find the economic life in Pakistan between 1949-50 and now?
Economically, I am very satisfied. You know, the food is good, you know, and relatively it is cheap compared to other countries, compared to my country. It's cheap. More especially the basic things, they are cheap. And the community is very virile, healthy, strong, compared to our brethren across the border. You know, we are better fed, a stronger community, a lot of energy. We got so much energy and we don't know how to use it. So what we are doing now, we're using this energy to bash each other. We are busy. You know about your phone. कि भैया जान आपकी दाढ़ी नहीं, दाढ़ी है तो it's not standard size. You wearing Nasara clothes, busy. No? हम दुआ पढ़ते हैं कि जोर से या आहिस्ते से, हाथ उठा करके, हाथ attention करकर, busy.
Instead of going to the basic spirit of Islam, we are now getting lost, it seems, at this point of time, into forms and certain rituals which we have to get rid of. That's your feeling.
No, I won't say get rid of. What I say is now, look, the important things in life, you must identify, you know, who are there to subvert you, who are out to steal your children. Instead of worrying about that, is worrying about the beard or the moustache, whether it should be shaved or it should be trimmed. What is this luxury that you are enjoying? We can't afford these luxuries because these are the things that's going to destroy us, going to break us up. And in 40 years, unfortunately, 40 years have gone, we haven't even become Pakistanis. We were supposed to be good Muslims. That will take a little longer. But we haven't even become Pakistanis. Now, that hurts me. And I don't know, you know, the powers that be. How is it that for 40 years you have not been able to bring these people together as a unit, as a people, one nation? The sacrifices that were made seem to have been all in vain. That hurts me at the heart.
Thank you very much, Mr. Deedat, to be with us today, and thank you also very much for giving us the cosmic message of Islam, how Islam is a religion that tries to bring harmony among various societies, various religions of mankind, and what we are doing in Pakistan, what needs to be done in Pakistan. I think you have hit the nail at the head by saying that we need to get to the basic spirit of Islam and try to achieve harmony and integration among the various classes of people in this country, so that we can be the standard bearer of Islam in the modern world. Thank you very much.
Pleasure.